Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Codex After Dark. We are in Comics of the Week. My name is Tim. This guy over here is Sal the Slab Guy. Down below is the Ric Flair of comic books himself, Uncle Gary. And right next to him is his road manager, Dan the Kelly Art. Ladies and gentlemen, we have got an awesome, unexpected and weird show for you tonight. So I hope you are prepared. Get your fingers licked and ready to turn them pages as messily as possible. It is spooky season after all. There you go.
You need to put a disclaimer on Gary. He's a parental advisory sticker over his screen.
Parental advisory, ladies.
You better get a real big one.
Comic books are not to be licked and trifled with. Before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to find us on all the socials. All you got to do is type in at the Codex Station. That is where we will be. Your favorite social media platforms and where we're live streaming right now. Make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel because we hit an awesome milestone and Dan is going to let you know a little more about it.
Well, thanks to all of you out there, we have not only hit, but we have exceeded 1,000 followers on YouTube. So thank you to everybody. We couldn't have done it without you. And we are doing a major giveaway, free books, slabs, trades, artwork, a guest spot on one of the shows of your choice. Like it's pretty sweet.
Insane.
And it is open to enter until the 15th. So you got about 8 more days?
Yes.
8.
So yeah, 7.5, 8 more days. So I would enter it if I were you. We're not eligible to win.
No. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to do that, all you got to do is make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube page and following us on your favorite social media platform on any of the videos we have on our channel. Type in the comments section, I'm in. Take a screenshot of that. Post it on your favorite social media platform so that way we know you've entered into the contest so you can win this awesome giveaway. Once again,
wait. Did you say be on the show?
I did, Sal.
Oh
you
my
can
gosh.
squeeze your luscious comic
Right
book
there?
pages and staples right between you and me, or Jamie and Sonny, or Uncle Gary and Dan, or Chris.
We'll embrace you. We'll squeeze you tight.
Or Wes, or Archduke Kevy himself.
And you know what? If you choose to be on Comic Character of the Week, we'll even let you pick the character. But unfortunately, you will not be able to pick MODOK.
That is true because you and I did that, and it was the best, most awesome, underrated.
Oh, I am sure they know that because they have watched every episode of Comic Character of the Week.
That's right. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, at the Codex Station, don't get left behind. Also, go ahead and head over to our website, thecodexstation.com, for all your Codex needs. Get some merch, meet the team, and so much more. Once again, thecodexstation.com. Sal, if you don't mind, please, Dan's here. I hope he will allow you saying this, but please let people know where we can find you when you're not doing Codex.
I'm sure he will, but if he doesn't, I'll bribe him with a comic book that I will show later. And
fair enough.
I could definitely be not only on Instagram, but probably in the top newsreels of Instagram. But as always, you can find me on YouTube as Sal's Comic Corner. Huh? What?
Who?
What?
I'm intrigued.
Oh, he's intrigued. He's intrigued, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So Sal's Comic Corner on YouTube and also on Instagram as the Slab Guy 77.
There we go. And Dan, please inform our faithful followers why you own Instagram and why you turned it into what it is today.
Why?
You can find me on Instagram and you can find me on all the other socials at Dan Kelly Art. But Instagram is where I primarily post stuff. So go check it out. Give me a follower. I'm working my way towards 800. Get yourself a commission. They're reasonably priced, and they make fantastic Christmas gifts for your most valued loved ones. So go ahead, do that. And then I have to say, too, that the guy beside me is styling and profiling and has got stuff going on that he's going to tell you about right now.
As always, Dan, you elude the questions. I know your tricks, sir. I know you. Go ahead, Uncle Gary.
All righty. Well, now, I want y'all to know that you can catch me every Wednesday morning, getting my weekly fix injected into me at Loudoun County, Virginia's only comic book shop, Comic Logic. I'm a proud part owner of, and I'd love to see you there. We can talk comics and whatever nonsense that you want to talk with me about. We can be there, but we'd love to meet you. We'd love to see you in the shop. On October 29th, we have a special event. We have our one of our biannual LotCon days, and that is October 29th on Sunday. And we're going to have about 20 vendors there. We'll have comic dealers, we'll have some toy dealers, there's jewelry, we have local authors, local artists, and we will also have a trunk or treat. So you can bring the kids, and costumes are encouraged. There'll be a little costume contest. So please come by. This is definitely a family event. So I'll be on my best behavior, I promise. So, and I won't be wearing a Magic Mike outfit. So it's okay.
You will see PG Uncle Gary.
PG Uncle Gary. That's right. So please come see us there. Comic Logic, we do a Facebook Live show every the first 3 Thursday nights of every month. The first one is our Comic Logic preview show where we talk about the new comics coming out. And then in the third one is our Grumpy Old Nerd show, where myself, my best friend Mike Harbor, and our principal owner Rob Kalin, we talk about comics, we talk about sports, we talk about media, movies, all these other things that interest the fandom that we have here. And so that's where you can find me. In addition, you can find me on Facebook under the name Opie Taylor, as I post the covers on our Comic Character of the Day site that was founded by our good friend Archduke Kevy, that brought kind of all of us together through that site. I post the covers. Dan posts the question of the day, random panel of the day. Sal is a frequent contributor on that. So please come see what we do on that site. It's all comic goodness. And then let me send it back up to our moderator, the man with the golden set of pipes on the all-night radio, the DJ that keeps you awake as you're driving cross country on those long hours, trying to get home, trying to get to family, but you've got that one reassuring voice that keeps you motivated, that keeps you on the road, that gives you a reason to go on. That's the man here with us today, Tim the Terrible.
Ladies and gentlemen, sit back in your easy chairs and get comfortable, because it's time for Pulls of the Week.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is after dark. We're doing Pulls of the Week.
That is right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and get this party started. Got something cool I want to show you guys. I'm not reading this title, but the cover screamed magic to me, and I had to get it. I only have 4 DC this week, but the first one I think is my favorite. This I think is favorite cover of the year so far, and this is Shazam #4, the B cover. Take a peek at that.
That is a great cover.
That's a great cover.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, as Dan said, you're coming home with me.
You should read that series. It's good. It's really good.
I might. Mark Waid's doing the writing, which obviously I'm incredibly excited about, but it's only an issue 4. We've got the other issues at the shop.
As Gomer says, Shazam.
Shazam.
Dan Moore's art is fantastic.
This just looks so good, so I had to get it. That might be my entryway in. Next, however, we have the B cover for Poison Ivy #15. As always, I think this is some awesome DC stuff that's out right now. If you're not reading it, you definitely should take a look at that.
Oh, that's nice.
That's beautiful.
Nice.
Love it. Love it. All the Poison Ivy covers, especially the B's and Forward, are great. This is a series I am digging very much so far. Glad to see them. They were popular in the 90s, and I'm glad that they're making kind of a resurgence now, and that is Fire and Ice. Welcome to Smallville. Yeah. I'm digging it. I like it. I like the title.
I almost got the B cover to that. It was a really cool Smallwood cover. I was not close to getting the B cover.
I got the A instead. I thought the A was just a little bit cooler. Got some Frank Cho goodness here. This is the B or the C cover. For Batman #138. They are in the middle of the Gotham War right now. So had to grab that. Yeah. And that is all I have for DC this week. Sal, do you have any DC?
I do yes, I do.
All right, let's get into it.
So this is a combination of shop and my HCC pool. This is my DC stack.
2 shops.
2 shops. Okay, so I have, of course, the Batman 138.
You got the A cover.
I did.
Nice. Okay,
Right.
so now correct me if I'm wrong, but from my understanding, I haven't read 138 yet, but a lot of people are saying Zdarsky is writing people out of character. Is that correct?
I don't feel like it is. I haven't read 138 yet,
Okay.
but he's written the other ones, right? Earlier.
Yeah. Oh,
past couple
yeah.
of issues. Yeah. So to me, no. It's been no. The character's been pretty much in line for me. So
Okay. Does
I don't
anybody
feel that
else
at all.
feel that way?
I haven't read
Gary,
138, but I think I haven't read 138, but the others I've read I think are good. I don't
Okay.
I don't feel anything's too out of character.
Okay. Dan, what about
Okay.
you?
Yeah, again, I haven't read the newest issue, but all the stuff I've read before it, I think has been pretty on point with.
Okay.
Batman's been on point. The storyline before this had Tim Drake in the backup stories. I thought he was really good too. So yeah.
All right. Well, good deal.
They're doing this big Gotham War story, so
Yeah.
people don't like how when characters don't fall on the side that they think they should fall.
Right on. Okay, fair enough. All right, Sal, go ahead, continue.
All right, so I got this B cover of Hawk Girl.
Oh,
that's
number
great cover.
2.
Nice.
Yeah, I love the B covers.
The B cover is awesome.
Yeah.
All right, here's an oldie, but not too oldie, but it is the DC Comics Night Terrors.
Nice
variant.
That's awesome.
I have a big variant pool. This should be like my variant video, So I picked up the Batman
nice
homage cover.
Classic.
Oh, but yes, I got the foil cover too.
Oh, shiny.
Yes.
How many?
What?
How
just
many?
One? Just one.
No, I didn't know if you
100.
because he sells those things in 5-packs sometimes. I didn't know if you got the 5-pack.
Did he? He sells them in 5-packs?
Oh.
You got the 5-pack, didn't you?
Look, he's got them all.
Hey, moving on. I got.
Oh, there we go.
Here we go.
The White Rabbit.
White
Oh,
Rabbit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got the foil.
Yeah.
Foily goodness.
That
And
was
let's continue
awesome.
the foily goodness with Wonder Woman.
Dan, he got 5-packs of all of these. So.
What? Tim, go on mute a second. Okay?
Oh,
We don't
yeah,
need to
sure.
hear- We
Go
don't,
ahead.
need, we don't need to hear that garbage.
Yeah,
coming
no
out of your
problem.
mouth.
I'm muted now. Go ahead, Sal.
Yeah. So I picked up this.
Well,
deal.
because I didn't get it. So if it be like when he got the 5-pack of the Spider-Man 300, I'd be like, "What's up?" He'd be like,
I got you. So I got the Green Lantern dog tag.
Dog tag.
Oh,
The
that's
glow in the
cool.
dark.
That's
Wow.
super
Glow in the dark
cool.
ones. Yeah.
I just read
So
that book. That's a good book.
Yeah, it is. All right.
It's
so
on my
next-
list to read. I haven't read it yet.
Philip Kennedy.
I did
Jones?
hear somebody complain about that they didn't like how Guy Gardner's being written in it, but I haven't read it, so I don't know.
No, not yet. He's been minimal in it right now, but
Yep.
I think he's become, going to become more of a player, you might say, in it.
Okay.
So, Batman Night Terrors #2. Look at that variant
Ooh.
cover.
Oh, that's
Nice.
great.
That's like spooky, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So another Batman #2 Night Terrors.
Oh, I love
Oh, I
that
like
one.
that.
And you can't really see it, but his face almost looks like a lizard type of face.
Ooh.
I don't know if you can see that, but it's definitely scaly over here. All right, so now it gets into the weird ones. So if you've been drinking a little bit or partaking in some unusual, stuff, don't look.
Oh, wow.
That
Is that
is
Kyle
crazy.
Hotz?
What's that?
Kyle Hotz looks like the art on that.
I don't know for sure, but I can check that out for you if you want.
That's Night Terrors Detective #2, right?
#1.
#1.
It looks like something
that out.
out of Pink Floyd The Wall.
Yeah.
But wait, it gets a little more weird.
Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
nice.
Yeah.
Like it.
That's Bernard Chang did the cover work to that, didn't he?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
I do know. Yeah, that's correct.
He was in Knoxville last week.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, the guy I got the remark from.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is it for my DC stack of pulls
Right.
and slightly older issues. Slightly old new
Fantastic.
issues.
There we go. All right, Uncle Gary, what do you got for DC this week?
I got a healthy stack, brother.
Yeah,
I've
He's
always
healthy.
got it. I've always got a
ready.
healthy stack.
He's always healthy.
I always got a healthy
thirsty.
stack. Yeah. All right. Peacemaker tries hard. I love this book. Can't wait to read this.
I've heard nothing but good things about it.
And the little dog, his little dog. You know what the dog's name is?
No.
Bruce Wayne.
Oh my God.
It's awesome. So Bruce Wayne's been kidnapped and he's on a mission to get Bruce Wayne back. It's great. All right. They suckered me in here. This is just reprint stuff that they've already done, but it's a new Justice Society cover.
Yeah.
You know, it's got the helmet and, you know, the helmet's the mace and all that other good stuff on there underneath Huntress and the guys in the clouds. So, yeah, they suckered me in. I'm going to buy something I already have.
Sapphire says he's been next to you when you make your purchases. You go all out. Is that
true?
Yeah.
Well, Sal's been next to me at a con.
Oh, yeah.
It's even more intense. Yeah.
You've never seen Gary at a con until you know how to purchase until you've seen Gary at a con. Let's put that.
That's right. Absolutely.
I know I haven't been with him at a con when he's purchased, but I have been with him when he's walking around showing he's just going up like, I'm gonna walk you to these vendors and show you which ones I'm thinking about getting, and he just like goes and starts pulling boxes from under their tables. He's like, "Hey, I'm just gonna look at this book again."
Right,
like whatever, man.
What are you gonna do, big guy? Nothing.
When you listen, I got the pass to go wherever the hell I want. All right.
He's got the multi-pass.
That's right. Multi-pass is right there, baby. Right there. That's my multi-pass. So just the new Golden Age reprints again of stuff they've just come out, but it's a JSA cover. I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
A facsimile that I really don't have the original issue for.
The
so
Riddler.
This is the Detective 140. This is the first Riddler.
Yeah.
So right here. Riddle me this. What comic does Uncle Gary not have? Yeah, this would be one of them.
That one.
But, yeah, that would be one. Yep, I know. Oh, I got the Batman 138 there.
Nice.
Yeah.
There we go. And I got a alternate cover for this that I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wicked.
Yep.
Love
It's got a little bat.
The thing I noticed on that cover is it bit him on the knuckle or whatever. Yeah.
That's right.
Wow.
So he's contemplating what he's going to do to that bat. Like you, I got the fire and I got the ice.
There we go.
Greg Smallwood alternate cover was so cool. They were just hanging out on that cover, but it was it was beautiful. And that's by the guy that did Human Target, the art on Human Target.
Nice.
I loved that series. Got me some Birds of Prey here.
Ooh, number 2.
Also got the Trick or Treat variant cover of Birds of Prey because it's just cute.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So it's just cute.
That's something my daughter would like.
Yeah, absolutely. So got the Joker.
Nice.
The Joker. Now, something your daughter would not like is the alternate Joker cover, which is
that is creepy as shit.
That is very creepy.
That's cool. That's really cool.
That is very creepy. If you don't have a fear of clowns, you do now.
Wow.
Yeah. So, Batman Adventures.
There you go.
There we go with Rasha Ghul.
I like that they're continuing the animated series in comic form.
I do too. Because right now, that's where I got to go to get me some Alfred. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poison Ivy.
Yeah, you got the A cover. That's nice.
I got the Shazam where, you've seen a little too many episodes, I guess, of The Bachelor giving the Queen Bee a rose. So I don't know what that's about.
Knees for the Queen of Bees.
That's right. That's right. And they got me again. I got 3 goddamn covers of a damn $10 book. They got me. I mean, I'm one of the owners. I got me. So this is the Ghouls.
Ooh.
Just want to have fun. DC's let me get it out of the light. DC's horror anthology with the characters in it. I love these books when they do them. They do them for Valentine's Day, for Christmas, for any holiday. They do a summer one, so it's just little quick stories. There was also a glow in the dark cover.
Ooh.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's neat.
Have that.
Yep, and what do you see this cover? This is a Jay Lee, fantastic, beautiful cover with Lobo.
Ooh.
That's good.
Lobo fighting a kid dressed as Batman for his pumpkin full of candy. So, and Lobo's got a Superman costume.
I was gonna say he's got a Superman mask on, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got and a little cape.
I see it.
Now, I am normally
That's
not
good.
a Jay Lee fan, but that cover is amazing. I will say
agree.
that.
You know what? Jay Lee, his art, and I got to meet him at Baltimore. It was pretty cool. I got to talk to him for a while. I'm not one that really likes a lot of real stylized art, but for some reason, Jay Lee's work I find very interesting.
Wow.
You know, it's very unique. There's nobody else like him when he does a cover, and it doesn't work for all the characters, but on certain characters, it kind of works. So I dug it, and I thought this was, I thought this was a really cool cover. So I was okay spending the $10 to get this because the cover's pretty damn cool. So anyway,
Right on.
that is my DC stack. So
All right.
Awesome.
Dan, what about you? Do you have DC this week?
I do. I will say there's one other artist that doesn't look, his stuff's not quite like Jay Lee, but he kind of reminds me a little bit of him, is Alex Maleev.
Yeah, I get that.
Like they're not, they're somewhat similar. They're distinct enough that if you look at one, you'll know like which is Maleev and which is Lee. But I can't really quite put my finger on it. But you know, they are both very distinct from the normal type of stuff. But
nice.
yeah, it's got to be the right book for him too. Like Jay Lee could not do, like you couldn't put him on Action Comics and be like, go do your thing. It's got to be something like Wolverine or Lobo or like something gritty.
Yeah.
All right, so like you guys, I also got Batman 138.
Nice.
Got to have the bat.
Gotta have the bat.
And Shazam #4.
The A cover once again. Right on.
I think Sal's the only one that didn't get that right.
That is correct.
Got to pick. Oh, it's such a good series. This one came out a couple months ago, but I had missed it. So Joker #9.
Nice.
Oh, okay, cool. They got it to you.
Yeah, that, and then also the new one, Joker #11.
Nice.
I just gotta find a copy of issue 8 because for whatever reason, I guess I missed a few of these, and now I think the series is only 12 issues, so it's almost over anyways. But that is it for my DC pull this week.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the pull stack is short for some of us, but not for all of us. Others are middle at best. No, okay, all right. Moving on, we are going to go check out some independents.
That's innuendo, boys and girls.
Exactly. I've got 4. 2 of which are the same book. One is tied to that book, and the other is by itself, and they're all Image. So next we have Sacrificers #3. I'm waiting for the full series to come out. Yeah, waiting for the whole series to come out so I can read the story. But from what I understand, the story is supposed to be pretty awesome. You've got this village that sacrifices their children to these gods or whatever, but one of them doesn't quite work out the way they want it to, and it turns into something awesome. So me and one other guy at our shop are reading that book, and we're the only two, and he's like, dude, you got to read it. I'm like, I'm waiting for the whole series to come out so we can talk about it. But I think it's going to go 5. I think I can check on CLZ unless one of you guys want to do that.
So of the people at the shop, there's only 2 of you that are into child sacrifices.
Yes, very much so. Absolutely. But you know who everybody is into this though, and that is Robots in Outer Space, and that would be Void Rivals #4.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
So I got the A cover. Dan, you got me the B, which is the one that I wanted. So, ladies and gentlemen, I sent a box to Dan. He should have it on Tuesday. It's going to be pretty awesome, and you're going to do an unboxing for that, right?
Yeah, well, I thought I would just do it right on the show next week.
Hey, that sounds good to me because there's some
when it
awesome
came to the back issues, I would just open it up and be like, we can all see it at the same time.
I am good with that.
I hope you had a spanking cover in there because Dan has been putting a lot of spanking cover.
Well,
lately.
It's funny you say that, Uncle Gary, because there is something that directly references butts in that box.
Well, there we go.
My anaconda don't want Don't want none unless you got buns, hon.
There you go. And I love my buns buttered and rolled. Ladies and gentlemen, moving forward, we have the hottest, most anticipated series, I think, of the year so far, and that is Transformers.
Rumpelstiltskin? Oh.
Yeah. No, well, close. Transformers #1. Check out
I just ordered those. Yep.
cover.
Yeah.
He's doing the superhero pose.
I tried to get the sketch cover for it because I was like, I'm going to draw a badass Optimus Prime on it. They had 2 come in.
We had 1.
They were already both claimed, so no sketch cover for me.
We had 1, and it was out the door within an hour.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
My HCC pool had all the variants, and I was just going to town.
Well, I got the A cover. The B and C were B is the Autobots, C is Decepticons. The D cover was pretty sweet, but I passed on that. But I did get the 1 in 25.
Oh,
So yeah, I was going to get the 1 in 10. That looked awesome. Might get that next week, but the 1 in 25 looks pretty sweet.
Yes.
Oh, look at that. Nice.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that is a big fist going right down the center of Starscream. So
he's screaming.
He's getting a good
the 1 in 50, Gary, Sal, Dan, did you guys see the 1 in 50 cover? The 1 in 50 cover looked even cooler than this one did.
The only copy that my shop had was the A cover, and I heard the guy Travis in there telling another customer, because he was like, "You're not getting Transformers." The guy was like, "Nah, I don't really care about him." He's like, "A ton of people are getting it that don't care about Transformers just because it's Daniel Warren Johnson writing it."
Yeah,
and then, but he said, he's like, "We sold out of them." He's like, "I had to get 20 copies from somewhere else just to have enough to put on the shelf."
We had 20 come in the store, including not including the ratio variants, and they were all gone within 2 hours. And we had to have one of our owners go out and get 10 more, which all sold by yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Only on After Dark can you show a cover with one robot fisting another.
That is very true.
I just think that's very special.
All right, Sal.
Starscream was screaming.
Sal, do you have any independence this week, good sir?
No, 0. You may. Yes.
Well, let us move on then. Uncle Gary, do you have independence?
He does.
Of course.
He's got everything. Got it all.
Oh, there it is. My son's out here. Let me cover the screen. Go ahead. No, you're good.
There we go. All right, Dominatrix by Gene Simmons. Of course, Gene Simmons would have a cover like that. Yes, of course he would. It's a wonder she doesn't tip over. My goodness.
It's funny. That was on the shelf in the shop that me and Sal go to, and somebody asked, a woman came and was looking for another book, but she was looking at the new release shelf, and she asked Travis, she's like, he pulled it out and goes, "What's this?" And he was like, she's like, "What's this about?" And he was like, "It's and I was like, this is the only time I've heard Travis without words.
Wow.
Travis lost for words when a customer asked him a question.
So it's kind of a when we have this on the rack, it's a rack on the rack. So it's pretty good. And when we place it on the rack, inevitably it tilts forward.
She's got good counterbalance.
Yeah, but it tilts forward, so it's hard to keep straight.
Or she's got good core.
Yes, she does have good core.
Oh my God.
So
we're a family show, I swear, ladies and gentlemen.
After dark. It's after dark.
It's after dark.
If that's not sexy enough for you,
oh man!
Wow.
Oh yeah, fatal exams.
It's shorter every time.
Sal, you get 2 gold stars for that comment.
Thank you.
And it's spooky season, so how about some Midnight Show?
Nice.
This is a deep cover, Dan Brereton, with all the great horror tropes on there. With Creature from the Black Lagoon and werewolves and vampires and Frankensteins and ghosts.
I like
and ghouls. Oh yeah.
Is that the living brain over there on the side?
That's what it looks like. It's like the living brain.
The brain that would not die.
A brain is purple and throbbing. I don't know. Be careful.
Almost had me right where I was drinking.
Rocketeer.
Oh,
Yes.
Dan will have one.
Dan's second favorite.
Is that the B cover?
That's
No,
the
that's
A
the A
cover.
cover, right? Yeah.
That's the A cover. And an anthology book, The Cave.
there we go.
It's Halloween. Anytime somebody wants to, shoot arrows through a pumpkin, I'm there. So there we go.
Nice.
Those are my independents. Oh, wait.
Nice.
Oh, you want to see it again? I know you want to see it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
There it is.
It's after dark, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
You got to put it side by side with Sheena.
Do you think you can handle all that goodness? Think you can handle
the man
all
that owns Instagram can handle anything.
There we go.
There we go. Ooh.
My
Wait a
Lord.
minute. Ooh. Wait a minute. Ooh. Okay.
Oh my. All right. Moving on. Get a room. And Independence, good sir.
I just got 3. One of them actually came out a few months ago. I got Barnstormers 1 because you and Gary were
Yay, Barnstormers.
So I figured I was limited in my extra money for a couple months. So I looked at it because I picked it up when it first came out, and I was like, oh, the art looks beautiful in it, but
great.
I was like, $5, man. So I got a little bit more disposable income right now. So I was like, all right, let me give the first issue a try. If I like it, I'll pick up 2 and 3, and then whatever comes next.
Have you read it yet?
No, I haven't read any of my books for the past 2-3 weeks because I've still been reading this novel, and I'm in the last 100 pages, so I should finish this up maybe tomorrow. And
when you get to Barnstormers, you're gonna love it.
I like I said, you and Gary were talking about how good it was. I had to pick it up.
Yeah. Well,
I also got The Rocketeer.
Yes, you did.
And I like too, like it always just says right there which cover.
Hooray.
And he's coming at you. I love that. He's like,
yeah, it's a great perspective.
That's cool. Yeah, I like how they do the back covers too. That all the back covers are this, this same design with that.
Oh, Dan, I did watch the Dave Stevens documentary. It's fantastic.
It's good, isn't it?
Yep. So, creator of The Rocketeer. It's on Dave Stevens, Drawn to Perfection, and it's on Amazon, right? And
on Amazon, it's on Tubi, it's on Apple.
Nice.
Highly recommend it. Highly recommend it.
Nice.
I will
check it out.
Very good. And it shows more than just The Rocketeer. It shows like his whole career and like all these other covers that he did, which I guarantee, like after you watch it, you're gonna sit there and be like, I'm gonna start buying some Dave Stevens covers.
All right. Thankfully, I have most of the ones they showed.
There's some nice ones. Then the last indie I got is, of course, I'm very excited about this. I haven't read Transformers in a while because I kind of fell off of it for a bit, and then it got so much into the IDW stuff. I was like, I would have to spend so much to get the back issues of all this to catch up that I just let it go. So I'm excited to get back into it. I grew up a huge Transformers fan. So,
well, that's the perfect starting point right there.
Yes.
All right. Let's see here. Sal, you had no independence, correct?
Correct.
All right. Let's go ahead and move to Marvel. We've got done with that. So now it's the Marvelous Marvel Hour. And I only have 2. And they're not even Marvel properties.
I'll make up for that.
There you go. Continuing with the Dark Droids storyline, I got 2 other tie-ins. Bounty Hunters number 39.
Oh,
not
nice.
too shabby. I don't know who that guy is or that guy is. I haven't read the series. I'm just waiting to get all the books that tie into it, and then I'm going to read the whole story.
I know who the guy in the front is. I can't remember the name. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he's been around Star Wars for a while.
Yeah, he's some dude.
He has ties to Han Solo before the first Star Wars.
Right on. All right. And the last Marvel I have is Dark Droids tie-in, Darth Vader, number 39. Vader versus the Octotara droid.
Oh. Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, interested in checking it out.
All right. The Darth Vader book's really good.
That's what I've heard too. When I went to the Louder Than Life festival, I think a week or two ago, I think it was 2 weeks ago, me and my invisible friend Nick, we were talking about a particular Darth Vader story where Grand Moff Tarkin had sent him off, like Darth Vader had said, "Hunt me" or something like that. It was just this one-off issue, and the whole issue was about all these best bounty hunters in the universe or the galaxy coming after him, and him systematically taking them out one by one. I can't remember the issue number, but we watched the whole synopsis for it on YouTube. It was great. Yeah. So, Sal, give us some more goodness.
All right. Well, have you guys been watching the Ahsoka series?
No.
Yes.
Ahsoka. That's actually been really good.
That's what I heard.
It's been really good. It's over now. They did the last episode, but it was really good. So, all right. All right. So
wait, before you get started,
Uh-oh.
Sapphire says that he knows the story I'm talking about and says it was a pretty good one.
Awesome. Very good. Very good.
Right. Go for it.
So let's start off with a little X-Men 27.
Ooh.
Cyclops having a little eye trouble there. It's probably good. Going to the optometrist to check that out.
Right on.
90s costume.
Got some eye boogers going on.
It does. We got a wicked Fall of X number 16. It's the Immortal X-Men, Immortal X-Men number 16.
L7 there.
Yep.
What is going on with his chin?
I don't know, but that's pretty wicked. So this I picked up on recommendation. Not Uncle Gary, Archduke Heavy actually recommended this on the Comic Character of the Week page. So I went in and I asked the comic shy guy about it. He said he hadn't heard anything on it yet. I'm like, okay. And what did Archduke say? That if it's like the Marvel's version of Constantine.
Yeah, if Hickman got to write Constantine, that's who it would be.
Yep. So, all right. So now we go into my HCC pool, guys. You're gonna love this.
Or like a likable Constantine, something like that. Yeah.
What's the point of that?
Likable. You need an asshole Constantine.
Yes.
That's what makes him likable. Is that he's
such a dick.
I agree. All right, so we got our Predator Wolverine books.
Yeah,
I just read that. I love that.
Yeah, was that opening start was awesome.
Yes, that was great.
All right, so we have Predator with the blades with Wolverine with the reflection.
Yeah, and its companion.
And its companion.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
I love that, Dan. I think you said it when we showed that before. The fact that he's in the yellow and tan is beautiful.
Yeah. That's my favorite costume.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Predator stabbing him, he's stabbing Predator.
It's right in the noodle.
A lot of stabbing going on there. So I believe this is a Peach Monoko cover. I don't know.
Oh, that's nice.
Kind of looks like her style.
I'll take care of that, Sal, while you are showcasing.
And one more Predator Wolverine.
That's the one I have.
Nice.
And I think Wolverine. What's that?
There's no Rob Liefeld Wolverine because according to him, he draws the best Wolverine in comics.
Yeah, I know. Whatever. Whatever. Draw me some feet, then I'll be impressed.
Oh my god!
All right, so we got Wolverine number 37 with him slashing through the cover.
So,
I love that cover.
Sal, you are correct. That is a Peach Momoko variant.
All right, Momoko. Okay.
Yep.
I also got the variant here.
Oh, the Capullo.
So I heard this one's hard to get. Is it the Virgin variant or
Virgin is?
Virgin is okay. All right.
As always.
Yep.
Not worth it. Virgin's not worth it.
Got Werewolf by Night number 1.
Oh, there you go.
Like it.
Yep. All right, Dan.
They're putting out. I don't know if they already did, but they're the Werewolf by Night. The special presentation Marvel did last Halloween that they're putting it back out colorized.
Oh, interesting. I don't know if I want to watch it that way.
I liked it. I liked the black and white. I loved that last year, and they haven't announced anything for Halloween this year, but I was hoping it would be like a regular thing.
Yeah, I'm hoping for that too. All right, so next up, Dan, be prepared. Captain America foil.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I got you hooked up, brother.
Oh, there it is.
He just spoiled his pants. He's happy.
Yep. Does that mean I can stay on Instagram for another day?
I'll allow it.
I told
That's a
you.
You
good
know what?
Instagram
You know what? You
right
can have the
there.
rest of the month.
Wow. Thank you
Wow,
so
that's
much.
generous.
That's very generous.
That's what
So
a
we got,
foil Captain America will do, ladies and gentlemen.
Stormbreaker Venom with Captain America. This is number 25, by the way.
Right on.
Got the foily goodness of Venom. A lot of foily goodness in this
Oh,
patch.
man. That is a magnificent cover.
Look at that. Slobber's just coming right at you.
Woo.
It is, baby. So I have
It's happened once or twice in my life.
X-Men number 26 with the
Nice, the Mark Brooks one.
I
Yep.
love those.
Those were awesome.
Yeah. I got
He did
most of
series
them.
those corner box things from Marvel, right? He did an Avengers one too, didn't he?
I got most of the
He
Avengers.
did several.
too.
He did several Avengers ones.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Speaking of companion books, we need to show these at the same time, but it's
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
connecting covers on that one.
I'm only
can't see the
missing
screen, so-
one of those. Pull to camera right a little bit.
Pull the camera right.
Camera right. Other way. Camera right. There we go. Yeah. What? Yeah.
Tell me which
That
way to
works.
Yeah, there it is. Perfect.
There.
Sweet spot.
That's
Oh,
nice.
that's what she
I love that
said.
they have Hercules with the mace. He's got
Alright,
Hercules
so-
with the mace getting ready to brain someone.
And you
And
got the
then
other
we-
two.
We have
Oh,
Yeah.
the X-Men.
Take it the other way. Yep.
That
And
Magneto.
you've got the Magneto, the original one, slabbed behind you, don't you?
I do actually right up
Yeah.
there, baby.
Is it a direct or newsstand?
Those are direct for both.
Ah, right
Are you sure? Do we need to have Wes double check it?
on.
Peasant. So then I also got the one that connects to
Oh,
Cyclops.
nice.
Ah, that's the one I'm missing right there. The one with Colossus and Rogue on it.
All right, so we move on to Daredevil number 14, I believe. Yeah,
Nice.
14.
Yeah. Nice.
And I love this one, this cover. This looks like Daredevil Annual. Well, that's a Daredevil Annual number.
That's
Whoops.
Daredevil number
Great
one.
cover.
Isn't
Is
it?
it? I thought it was the annual. I'm sorry. Is it the number one?
I think that's the
number
number
one.
yeah, I
one.
think that's
Yeah.
number one because the annual came out a few months ago.
Yeah, that's the
Okay,
new
so that's-
series.
That's the new series. Very
Yeah,
good.
that's the
Then.
same cover I got.
I haven't read these yet. Obviously, I just got them kind of cataloged.
Yeah, they sent you
So-
4 boxes the size of small houses.
Yeah, we got a lot this time. So I have Moon Knight, the What If Dark Moon Knight.
Nice.
I love that book.
Yes, Sal's the only guy on his block that has a dedicated postal truck that comes directly to him. That's just full of Heroes Corner comics boxes.
Hey George.
That's
Hey Sal.
true.
Got your haul this week.
Yep. So I got the variant to that because that's just.
Oh, nice.
That's the one I got. That's nice.
And this is the regular Moon Knight series, 27.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I like that they're bringing What If back, but I wish they would just bring it back like as a series. Like issue 1, it's this Venom story. Issue 2, it's this Moon Knight. Instead of doing all these one-off things, and then the thing where it's like Dark What If. I'm like, did you read What If before? They were all
They're all dark.
they were all pretty dark. Like most of them did not end positive.
Right. So yeah, I don't like that because they're riding the number one issue train.
Yeah.
You know, they're trying to do like, oh, it's the number one issue. Well, they're all number one issues. So
Yeah.
whatever. Spider-Man number 11.
Oh,
Oh, right on. That's the
Spider-Boy.
one Dan Slott's writing, right?
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
And even though this is your favorite writer, I still had to get this one because that's
Perez.
the George Perez one.
I got 5 copies of that because of Perez. Zeb
Yep.
Smells can eat shit. That cover was amazing.
Will you
Oh
push
my
that
god!
out for him?
I so
Will you give him a
hope
plate?
to get him to do an interview with us. I'll be like, Tim, you're doing this interview with me.
I'd love to. It'd last all of 5
So-
minutes.
I did get an extra copy of this, and that we'll see if I can slide that one.
Yeah.
I do
Tim's
like
first
that.
question be like, why do you hate Spider-Man and why do you hate Spider-Man's fans?
Why do you hate yourself, Zeb? Why are you writing all this stuff that everybody hates?
All right, picked up the variant of that.
Jackpot.
Always love a good redhead, right, Gary?
Never know if
Absolutely.
never
Isn't
know
that
if
her
the
name?
covers are going to
Her-
be good or bad.
Isn't that her superhero name now? Jackpot?
Yeah.
Yeah. hmm
What a
So
waste.
got the this
Ooh,
variant as well for 33.
Okay, now
Alright.
Now, all hatred on Zeb Smells
Yes, it
aside,
is.
the Craven storyline, and Uncle Gary, I think you mentioned that before, is actually not too shabby. Like
No, it's pretty good.
with
Yeah.
Goblin Queen or Queen Goblin, whoever it
Yep.
is, it
Yep,
was
yep.
pretty fair. So
Yep.
I'll give him that much. If they
I
would have
thought-
done that and not ruined Mary Jane at all, it'd be awesome.
I thought that you stopped reading it though, Tim. Are you still reading it at the shop and just not buying it now?
I'm not telling anybody anything anymore. So go ahead.
Dan, he's got 5 copies of every issue
Look,
that comes out.
Sal, that
He's-
was a drunken revelation between.
Listen,
You know what? I
he's-
think that's a perfect name for my next album. Dan Kelly, Drunken Revelations.
Return from the Dead, Drunken Revelations.
God.
listen.
So
Right now,
that's-
Spider-Man's
that's
that
down,
gal
man.
he doesn't want to see anybody to see him dating, and it's okay.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's right.
So I got
Oh.
I'm getting all the,
Oh, no.
the Disney ones. What if Disney 100 ones? Because
That's
There you go.
fucked up.
But it's the Amazing Spider-Man issue. Doctor Strange. I got a couple of variants, but I did like this one the best.
That is
That's cool. I like that.
Wait, show that last Spider-Man one again.
The Daisy Duck.
The variant, yeah.
Sapphire
So,
says he buys ASM because it sells for $1 at the conventions he vends at. Good job.
Did they do Miss Marvel on the Spider-Man cover because they killed her in Spider-Man's book? They killed her in Spidey's book.
Yeah, I don't know, but they've been doing all the other ones. They did Iron Man. They did the
Yeah.
Avengers. So, all right, we just showed Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Okay, Fantastic Four. This was the best variant cover. I love this one.
Nice.
Also got a thing cover, but it was not as good or as impressive as this.
Yeah.
So, all right, and now we are on to Alien number 5.
Oh, cool.
That is awesome. I'm loving the covers. When we get them in the shop, they go right on the top shelf, and I get to stare at them all day.
Yep.
I like the 20th
And then-
Century Fox logo in the corner.
Dude, they're putting the Marvel down at the bottom. It's next to impossible to see, and it's just that right there. I love that they're making that an imprint, and it's
Yeah.
cool.
So that Marvel is right down here in the bottom corner.
Yeah, you
right
can barely see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that is it for my new books.
All right. Dan, you got Marvel this week?
I
course
do
he does.
not. I
Oh
don't
my
have any.
gosh!
No Marvel this week. I didn't even realize it until I was putting my books in order for this. I was like, I don't have any Marvel.
Well, we get to stare
Well,
at
you
your
will next
beautiful
week when I
face
give you the
for all of
Captain
a
America.
second.
All
There,
right.
there you go. Uncle Gary, finish off this marvelous train so we can get to some beautiful back issues.
I'm
Beautiful.
finishing this train, am I? Okay. All right. Well, you know what?
We're not going to go there. Let's just go on to the issues.
I'm not going to say it.
Just
Not
do
gonna
it.
say
Just
But
go.
it was going to be good. All right, got this beautiful, sweet Alex Ross cover for FF.
That's nice.
Right on.
Mhm. Everything
He's
Ross
doing
does.
great
Is,
covers for that.
oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Is that a Beta Ray Bill dinosaur?
It is. It looks like a Beta Ray Bill dinosaur. Oh,
My
well, look,
Lord.
if you look, there's a Captain America dinosaur.
What in the world is going on there?
So it's
I think
dino
you can really
goodness.
tell- I think you can really tell from his covers for Fantastic Four, like what a fan he is of them.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
All right, got some Ghost Rider in the hood.
Yeah.
I know this isn't. This isn't the regular series of Ghost Rider, but I have really enjoyed that. The regular Ghost Rider run, I've gotten. That's been one of my favorite Marvel titles. X Force. I really don't know what's going on, but I got every X Force issue, so I just keep buying the damn things. Here, I also have some L7 there.
Ooh, that just looks so good.
Yep, a little
Yeah.
sword action there. It's pretty awesome.
Yep.
The chin on there reminds me of that. I forget the name of the actor that died a few months ago that did that kid show in Britain where he played the character with the giant chin.
Well, it kind of right. It also looks like
Yeah, like the ancient
King
Egypt,
Tut,
Egyptian.
King Tut chin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
You know what it reminds me of? If you saw the movie Heavy Metal,
Yes.
during the trial, it was the guy was on trial had the
The
big chin.
captain. Yeah.
Captain Sturm.
Stern,
Yeah.
or Sturm, yeah.
And that was based on a Bernie Wrightson, art.
And he was
So,
just bullshitting through the whole
Mhm.
trial. That was so
Yep.
great.
Heavy Metal, so good.
Oh, that's an awesome.
That's a nice one.
That's
How did I miss that?
That's the George Perez variant.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is it's cool seeing his variants on characters that he's known to work on, but it's really cool seeing it on like X-Men because he never really did anything with them.
Yeah, I have a signed print that he signed for me that's X-Men. That's pretty cool, because again, you're right, Dan. You don't associate Perez with X-Men. Now here's Cyclops, and we said at the optometrist. Really, that's not true. He's at the doctor's office, but right now he's at the proctologist. And, he's really.
Gentlemen, that is no joke. When you get in your mid-50s, the doctor's going to get to know you real well.
What was that line from Fletch where he's like using the whole fist there, Doc?
A good buddy of mine. A good buddy of mine that I worked at Metro with for 30 years. He passed away a couple of years ago, but this man was like a brother to me. As he's getting his physical to go to Vietnam, he's got his doctor is giving him the proctologist exam there, and he says, "Wow, you're kind of big back there." And so for years, he didn't know whether the doctor was making a statement of fact or whether he was hitting on him. He didn't know what, or whether he was questioning his lifestyle. But he said, "You're kind of big back there." So the story morphed, of course, when he tells it, he said, "Yeah, what Walt couldn't figure out was when he said you're kind of big back there, he had one hand on his right shoulder, the other hand on his left shoulder, and said, you're kind of big back there."
Oh, my God. I hope the kids are in bed, Mom and Dad, because the uncles are at the coffee table
hey,
the beers right now.
What is the name of this show?
It is After Dark,
It is
sir.
After Dark. That's right.
So, we need to have like a parental warning come up at the beginning of the show. After Dark, some scenes may be unsuitable for younger viewers.
Some language may be inappropriate for tender young ears. That's right. Well, that finishes the Marvel, and I know that story was just marvelous. So I'm glad I got.
Wow, that's
and
wonderful.
Walt, I love you, brother. I miss you. So
before we get going into some independence, hey Sal, why don't you let everybody know about today's sponsor?
Today's sponsor is Dubby Energy Drink,
who just left us.
And you got to shoot over to w.gg and check them out and use the code -X to save 10% on that order. And sometime in the near future, Tim is going to pull up the scroller that actually says that.
I will.
Tim, pull up your scroller.
I was busy typing stuff, gentlemen. That's what I was hoping you were going to do while I was doing
Oh, there we go.
There's your scroller.
There we go.
Dub.dubby.
Dub.WGG.
Tim, that's a nice scroller.
You're
there
welcome.
You go.
Thanks, guys.
Ticker. What do we call a tickler? You want to call it a tickler?
Okay. Wasn't that wasn't that the little car in the back of Optimus Prime?
That was.
No, that was Roller.
Ladies and gentlemen, check out this energy drink. It's a good, clean energy drink. There's no bad aftertaste. There's no jitters. There's no crash. And coming from a person that hated energy drinks, like this drink and highly recommend it. Get on over there and use the CODEX coupon code and save 10% on that order.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we're getting into back issues, but a parental advisory needs to be given, and it is right there. Dan, would you read that off, please?
I love it. I love it.
Parental advisory, ladies and gentlemen. Uncle Gary is hands-on, Sal is comfy, Dan will tickle toes, and Tim will seduce you with the silver tongue.
Is this what you were typing while I was struggling with the
Well, I was trying to do it all subtle, and you had me do other stuff, so I had to stop.
I'll tickle more than your toes, baby.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
Starts at the toes.
Gonna have to adjust the parental advisory, ladies.
From your toes to your nose and everything in between.
Oh, okay. Let's get into some back issues.
Dr. Dan will take care of you.
All right,
Dr. Feelgood.
I got some trades I want to show you, gentlemen.
Trades
before we get started.
What did you trade for? What did you trade for?
Well, not my soul, because it's eternal
Yeah.
and I have to have it in order to be on this show. But let me show you this. This is a series. I think, Dan, you were telling me about this. I could be wrong, though. Superman, Emperor, Joker.
I told you that. That is
Was that you?
Maybe Dan did too. That is a great.
Eh.
Nice.
I got it. So now I can read it. Got the whole shebang. Jeff
Mr.
Loeb.
Mxyzptlk
Yeah.
powers.
Hold on,
go
ladies
to
and
the
gentlemen.
Joker.
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. We just got a nice comment, and we're gonna pop that up here. Go ahead, Tim.
Oh,
Pop
it's
that
from
on there.
Ian. Hello, Ian. That's not all Tim does with his tongue. No, I eat
Oh.
food and sleep and snore too. Don't listen
There
to
you go,
this
ladies and
man.
gentlemen. Tim does it all.
Okay, Emperor
What did
Joker.
Gary just say about Pickalick?
Mxyzptlk. Yeah, pickle it.
Give us a rundown of this story if you don't mind.
Well, the Joker gets Mr. Mxyzptlk's powers and warps reality into the way that the Joker will a messed up world that you don't want to live in. And if Superman thought that Mxyzptlk was a handful, the Joker takes it to a new level. Dan, anything you want to add to that?
No, I think that's a pretty good tease for what the story is.
All right.
Tease, ladies and gentlemen.
Ian, I've known for 10 plus years. I watched that man grow up. So, yeah, he knows what I do with my tongue. Yell at him.
Oh, man.
I was going to say, you watch him grow up so he knows what you do.
That's right. Witchblade, ladies and gentlemen. Origins. Yeah, well,
Turner.
you know what happens in Tennessee stays in Tennessee. So there you go. Origins, issue 1 through 8. Michael Turner, awesomeness. This is the book that put him on the map. So, and this is also the book that put Top Cow up at the top, if I'm not mistaken.
Again, what another loss. What a tremendous loss to lose Turner so young to cancer.
Yeah.
Very I mean, Top Cow had, other stuff when Image launched, but like that was the one that like really, that one and Darkness were the one that like really put him up there.
Like Spawn was hot and Savage Dragon was doing all right and Wildcats was cool, but
they had Cyber Force and then like all the spin-offs of that. But then don't forget there was the Witchblade TV show.
Yeah, 2 seasons and a movie. So moving on into spooky season. This, when it came out, I thought it was one of the coolest things I had ever read the whole series, bought it in trade for $5, and it's the best $5 I've ever spent. And this is Afterlife with Archie.
Oh,
okay.
If you have not read this and you want the classic Archie characters to die the most gruesome deaths you could ever think of, get this book. It is amazing. The series never got finished, and I think there's only this one trade or another trade after that. And that is it. But check it out. Absolutely amazing and gruesome too. Moving forward, we got some amazing Spider-Man. This is volume 1 worldwide. Beautiful cover there. When he was
that's great. Look at that cover.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, when he had his own
business.
Tech company or whatever. So I got that. That's a mega volume. That's the first 11 issues. For that series right there.
Industries, it was called.
Yeah. I got one of the greatest stories ever told in Marvel history. This helped push a toy line. So Secret Wars.
Nice.
Yeah, awesome. Beautiful Alex Ross cover right there.
Of course.
And
Mike Zeck.
Which was funny because they did that because DC was doing so well with superpowers, they wanted to compete, so they did the toy line. And like DC, they're like, well, we got to have a reason to do the toy line, so they did the comic. And the comic did much better than the toy line did.
Exactly, yeah. But go ahead.
I just want to tell you. So when you showed the Spider-Man in the black suit, I believe that was the cover of 8, right?
Yeah. Yes. Oh yeah.
So we had at one of our All-Star cons, we had Mike Zeck there, and one of our friends, a fellow buddy of mine, Gary Promise he's Gary's Grail. He has a YouTube channel. He's got I think he's got 800 800 subscribers or something like that. Well, anyway, he does toy hunts and he's a great guy. He ran a comic shop in Florida, and John Beatty was one of his customers.
Ooh.
And John Beatty was the inker, and John comes in after he had closed, and he's like, "Man, I gotta get my books." And Gary's like, "I'm closed." He goes, "Well, come on in. I'll show you some of the stuff I'm working on right now." So it was that issue of Secret Wars, and John Beatty was inking it. And there's a page there where it shows the thing. You see his hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Gary let him in, and Beatty let Gary ink on the thing. And so Gary says that's his work there, where he did that. And the thing that's really funny is I told that story to
do you know what issue number that is?
I think it was 8. I think it was issue 8, but it's like I said, it's a picture. Well, you'll have to have Gary on one time to describe the story. But
Fair
anyway,
enough.
we told Zek the story. Zek was not amused.
He
was not amused that
What?
John Beatty used the fact that he's got this work and let Gary ink it to get into the comic store and get his books.
Wow.
It's
Well,
just that one panel. But
I got 2 more trades to show you and then my back issues, and then we will move on. Next, this was a series we did a review on the podcast. Jamie recommended it, and I fell in love with it. This is Donnie Cates, Absolute Carnage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Sal knows all about it. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful cover on the back.
Yeah,
Pink
great
Town
covers too.
Red.
Great variants in those books too.
And the last one I have here, I may have shown it before, but I want to show it again because it's spooky season. This was based off of you, Uncle Gary, what you said, and Sal, your review.
Yeah.
And that is Swamp
Thing.
Nice.
I can't wait for you to read that.
Already have, and I loved it.
Great?
Do you think my review was pretty accurate to it then?
Yes. Your review gave me enough to be like, all right, I got to read this story. And I went to the shop. I was like, oh, hey, we got the hardcover of Green Helen. I'm going to buy that today.
You're coming home with me.
That's right. Constantine was my favorite in here.
Sure.
Yeah.
That was it. I ain't got no more tricks up my sleeve, but
yeah.
Why would you not want Constantine to be a dick? Right?
Exactly.
Right. Oh my God. But what a great story, right?
It was amazing. It was a little confusing at first because I haven't read a whole lot of Swamp Thing, so I didn't exactly know what was going on. But about halfway through the first issue, I was buckled in and was on the ride.
And Mackey's art.
So good. So good.
There were some horrific images in there.
It was brutal. Like
I called that out in my review, saying that
let me
you got
show
the faint stomach to not look at.
Yeah.
So here's the reveal for Constantine, right?
Yes.
He's this man that sits over in this lighthouse, just off of the shores. Nobody goes there. Nobody bothers him. Nobody knows who it is except for one guy. And there's Constantine sitting there, pile of cigarette ashes, butts, and all kinds of other stuff. The artwork is it has a polished, raw feel to it.
Yep.
Yeah, and I really dig that.
It was great.
Post-apocalyptic world, Constantine still gets cigarettes.
I was thrilled when Sal walked out of Comic Logic with those books and he was going to the beach, and I was so happy to hear that he really loved it. So yeah. All right,
I'm glad my review fit it then.
Oh yeah,
absolutely did, Sal. I saw it a while back. You were right on the money, buddy.
With what you were saying about it, and Sal, your review, I had to get it, had to pick it up. See, our reviews work on even us, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. Well, this is what we're here to do. We're here to spread the goodness, man. Spread the love.
Let them know.
Wonderful medium. Absolutely.
Well, how about this? Sensational She-Hulk number 31. Love the breaking of the fourth wall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very good stuff.
Toting old Mr. Byrne off.
There you go.
We're not taking part of the comic cover with them.
Yeah. Issue number 9, the box.
Yeah, the box.
Yeah. No fair, Renee. You said I could do anything on my first issue. Next, we have issue 33. I love the cover. Mole and Wife.
Yep.
Love it. I think
Yeah,
it's
because when that
fantastic.
'cause Byrne was the one that launched the series, and then he left, and it really wasn't that great after he left. Then he came back for a little while.
Yeah. Then we have issue 50. This is the last issue I got for She-Hulk right now.
Oh, that's a good
Awesome
cover.
90s
With that
goodness.
shiny. Yep.
Yeah. And if you notice where the 50 is,
Yep.
Holding that stuff together.
there you go. Moving on to some Avengers. We got Avengers 260.
Oh, nice.
Very cool.
Love that. Love all of
Oh,
this.
jeez.
Oh,
Sorry.
there it goes.
My
I
dog-
know it. Cover kind of scares you, Sal, but don't worry. Black Knight, not Star-Lord, Captain America, Fire-Lord, Hercules, they're all in it, so they'll take care of
Yep.
you. Next, we have Avengers 323.
The heads.
Yeah.
This is about the
Yes.
heads. There you go.
Yeah. Okay,
Love it.
Sal is good. We're getting the thumbs up. We will move forward, and he'll break in when he's got some audio.
Yep.
All
Yep.
right,
Sorry.
good deal.
My dog,
Nope.
she's older and she slips on the hardwood floor. And that's what she did. She got up early on the start and slipped.
No, that
So-
is okay. Got to take care of the family.
Yep.
Got to take
Yep.
care of them. We know, Sal. I'm glad. Thank you for the respect that you've allowed me to give you. I will not let the family down.
Thank you, sir.
Omerta.
Mhm.
Avengers 338.
Nice.
Gotta love
That's
it.
cool.
Yep. At last, the true enemy revealed. I don't even know who it is.
That was, I think, wasn't Steve Epting the one that was drawing it then?
This is a Ron Lim cover.
Ron Lim, okay.
Is it Seb Wells? Is he the true enemy reveal?
I sure hope not. It's called The Collection Obsession Part 4.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
Seb
it was the
Wells.
one where they did it with the had the storyline with the collector.
Okay, right on. Next, we have Avengers 351.
Very
Binary.
nice.
Very
Nice.
cool. Like it.
Binary action there.
Yeah.
Raza, too.
Now we've got Avengers 356.
Yeah, that was a
That
cool
guy up there.
gathering. That was a pretty. I like that storyline a lot. When they had, and that's when they introduced
We've got
new
White
for the-
Vision, Swordmaster. I don't know who this is, and Black Panther.
It was Swordsman from an alternate reality, and that was his girlfriend. I can't remember her name, but yeah, it was like these characters from different realities, and that's when they gave the Vision a new body and put him back in his classic green and yellow.
Hang on a second. My son is asking me a question.
Uh-oh. And the question is, can I stay
Today
up
on
later than
Secret
can I stay up
Square.
later? Can I stay
Got
up
it.
later?
All right.
And
No,
no,
do
you
not.
cannot have my ice cream. Get your own.
He wanted the phone charger. All he's got to do is take it. Anyway,
It's nice he asked.
that is true. That is
It was
true.
like, you better not touch my Rocky Road ice cream.
I don't like Rocky Road. I'm a vanilla kind of guy. Anyways,
That's not what I heard.
moving on. We got this. This is how I feel every morning after I wake up. Amazing Spider-Man 219.
In
Oh, there you
jail.
go.
Criminal. But you're a smooth criminal.
That's right. Beautiful Frank Miller stuff. Next, we have Amazing 232.
Oh, Mr. Hyde.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And then next, we have Amazing 263.
Yep, there you go.
Oh
That's
yeah.
good.
All right. This one I've never owned before today. And this is Amazing 269. And there shall come a Fire Lord.
Oh,
Very nice.
Love that cover. And it's very the white is very white on this, Sal. I think that this could easily fetch a 9.6.
Ooh.
ooh.
Yeah. I
That's
think
very good.
next is kind of a big deal, and this is Amazing Spider-Man number 344. He's not on the cover, but he is in the book, and I think this is the first appearance of Cletus Cassidy.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
that is correct.
Yeah, who eventually becomes Carnage.
Nice.
There we go. And then this one I thought was really cool. This is a 1/100 Wolverine number 2. This is a David Finch black and white cover. Take a peek at that.
That is
Ooh,
beautiful.
that's awesome.
That's
That
nice.
is great.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I thought that was really, really awesome.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's-
So
I was gonna say that Spider-Man book too. It had a cool villain. Cardiac was a pretty cool villain.
that is the first appearance of Cardiac too.
Yep.
That
I don't know if it was the first appearance of Cardiac. Was it?
No, it wasn't his
No?
first appearance.
I think
but,
it's like a first cover, probably.
It says, "Is he hero or villain?" Introducing
Oh,
Cardiac.
maybe yeah. But yeah,
Oh,
and that
it
was
is then.
that was a cool character that they just
Shells.
they just
Yeah.
decided.
Is that Eric Larson cover?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What number is that?
344. All right. Well, we are doing that. Sal, you got
You're
a
right. Sorry, I was gonna say that's his first full appearance as Cardiac.
Yes.
He
Okay.
appeared as the character
Doctor.
before he became Cardiac.
doctor.
Elias Wortham. Dr. Elias Wortham.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Sal, go ahead. Give us some back issues, please.
Let's start off with our awesome mail call. This one I picked up on eBay, and if you saw my unboxing video, which I know you haven't because there's only one view, but I picked up the entire run of Camelot 3000,
Oh, you got
issues
it.
1 through 12. Oh, there we go.
Nice.
Okay, don't need to go through all those.
You and
I'm
Uncle
on
Gary
issue,
have been talking about this.
I'm on issue 7 already, and it is great. You can definitely tell it was written in the 80s. That's just the mannerisms and the way they talk. Very 80s style. But the story is about King Arthur coming back to life to save England, basically to save the world because it's being invaded by aliens. And he'll always return when England needs him the most. So now he's back, and his Knights of the Round Table are not being resurrected, but they're reincarnated. So we got a little bit of a gray area on who gets reincarnated and who and what they are.
He has to reawaken them.
Yes, he has to reawaken them. Yep. So next up on that list. So when I am done reading that, Gary and I will do a review.
Nice.
Love it.
That's not a back issue. That's a
And Sal, there's some poignant moments in there that almost would bring a tear to my eye. That it was really powerful.
Very much so. Very much so. All right. So first up, we have Green Lantern Corps number 37, the landscape version.
Oh, that's cool.
That's Darwin Cook. Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say that's got kind of a new frontier feel to it.
Yep, it's Darwin Cook. He did a whole series of DC covers that month.
That's right.
Have them
this one, what number was this one? Batman 291. It's seen a little bit of love, but it's a great cover.
Oh.
That was my cover of the week one. Or that was the cover, one of the covers I highlighted. Yep.
Is that Neil Adams?
Jim Aparo.
Jim Aparo.
Okay.
Sorry.
Nice.
Yep. And it's beat up, but I got it for a pretty cheap price. So
Nice. Great
That
cover.
That was a 4-part story, and it was kind of cool where Batman was missing and dead, and all the villains got together and they were saying how they killed Batman. And each issue was the villain telling the tale of how they're the ones that killed Batman.
Wow.
Right.
So
right.
It was fun.
All right. So next up is Invincible Iron Man number 17.
Ooh, look at that.
15 centa.
Wow. Sal, I don't have that book. Nice.
What?
Job.
What?
You
have this book? Come
no,
on.
well, look, I don't love Iron Man like a lot of others, so my Iron Man is 100 up, and I have some spotty ones in between, but I don't have that one. Nice job.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Next one up is Batman 71. This is a great cover.
That is a great cover.
And I picked it up pretty cheap, too, if I remember right. So it was worth the price of admission alone.
Oh, my God.
There you go. I saw what you fingered.
What? I was just showing you the cover. So this also, I'm sorry, this is Batman number 70, but also a great cover.
Ooh, I like that too.
And I like the shadow.
I like the shadow, yes.
Yeah. It's pretty
cool.
Is
fantastic.
And I picked up a Batgirl number 50.
Yeah.
Oh,
very nice.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah, Dodson.
Another Batgirl there.
Dodson's Dodson's work is amazing.
I'm not sure why that was out of order, but this is Batgirl number 32. And I actually confused
Ooh.
this cover with Art Germ cover. This is not an Art Germ cover. This is a Derek Chew, I think.
Yeah.
Derek Chew cover. And for
Okay.
some reason, I confuse their covers every time.
I think they're very similar. They're very
very
similar.
similar.
It's a great
All right.
cover, though.
Yeah, it is. Amazing Spider-Girl number 0.
Nice.
Pull that back a little bit so you can see the whole cover.
Nice.
Very good.
And then I got Amazing Spider-Man number 616. Not the universe, but the cover, the issue.
Right
That's
on.
really cool.
I see
Fighting
what
a
you
bunch
did
of Sandmans.
Yep. Let's see. We got Amazing Spider-Man number 610.
Oh, it's a cool
Right.
cover.
Yep. Amazing Spider-Man number 609.
Ooh. There were a lot of cool covers in volume 2 of
Yeah, there were.
Amazing Spider-Man.
All right. Amazing Spider-Man 608.
There you go.
That one.
And then I got a Amazing Spider-Girl number 1.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
All right. And this is not only one of my favorite albums of all time, but it's also a great Spider-Man cover. Back
Yeah.
in black, baby.
Nice.
That is an awesome cover.
Spectacular. Amazing Spider-Man 539.
You said 3 titles all right in a row.
Yeah,
Yep.
I know. Oh, I did. I'm just so excited.
Right on.
All right.
I would be too. That whole storyline was great.
There was.
Yeah.
All right. So my last one, which was a steal.
Oh,
and
hey,
an
Sal,
awesome
bring
cover.
it in just a little bit. There you go.
All right. How's it now?
Yeah, perfect.
Better. Testing.
Yep.
Mic check.
Great.
Okay.
So you stole this last one. You're shoplifting.
Stole it by getting a good deal. I think it was a steal. I'll tell you the price after I show it to you.
Okay.
New Mutants number 1, signed by.
McLeod and
No,
Claremont.
not McLeod. I have
Claremont?
them up on my wall. All right there.
Oh, Claremont, nice.
Chris Claremont. Signed New Mutants number 1.
Wow.
That getting slabbed?
And a book. I'm gonna get it slabbed because it's pretty good. I have to do an interior check just to check it out. But I think I will get it slabbed.
Nice.
Now, take a guess on how much I paid for that one.
$50.
Because you're saying you got it for a steal, I'm going to say 15.
I'm going to say 20.
Dan was the closest. I got it for 25.
Oh.
Closest without going over, that means I get it.
Negative. Ghost Rider, the pattern is full. And that is my back issue
Very nice.
today.
All right. Dan, go ahead and give us some back issues, and then Uncle Gary will take the reins and give us his and move us into the showcase.
All right, so I've got 4. One of them is not it's not something I just got. It's something I've had actually for a long time. I meant to show it last week, but we had the Grell interview going, and it was like, which you should all go and watch. It's fantastic. But we were talking to him for about 2 hours, and by the time we finished, I forgot to pull this book out of the box. So I wanted to show this because of the passing of Brooks Robinson last week. If anybody's a sports fan or from the area, the Mid-Atlantic area, they know Brooks Robinson, the longtime third baseman for the Baltimore Orioles, Hall of Famer. He played his entire career with the Orioles. Lived in the area too, like a lot of guys. He stayed in the area after he after his playing days. I just go over the stats real quick. He 15-time All-Star, 16 consecutive Golden Gloves, MVP, All-Star Game MVP, World Series MVP.
Wow.
Most career games most career games at a single position in the history of baseball. 23 years he played baseball, all 23 years with the Baltimore Orioles. Considered one of, if not the greatest third baseman to ever play baseball. So I got this when I was a kid, signed by him. They did this
like a baseball card
biography. They did this biography comic on him, which they're not. They do those biography comics. They're generally not that great, but it was cool. He was doing a signing. My uncle actually used to own a gas station, and he had Brooks Robinson there to sign stuff, and I got like a poster and a glove,
personalized too,
and a bat and a ball, and then
nice.
And then the comic, two So I meant to pull that out and show it last week because of his passing, but like I said, with everything going on with the Mike Grell interview, I forgot to. So, it was sad to see him go, but he lived a nice full life. And anybody that you talk to, there's an Orioles fan or that's in Baltimore and there, anybody that met him just has positive things to say.
Well, I'm glad you saved it for this week because the Grell interview last week was a pretty bright star, and I would have hated for that to overshadow that story right there.
Mhm.
So I'm glad it made it this week instead of last week.
I agree.
So, so I got 3 more books to show. So I got this as consider this a preview for tomorrow's comic character of the week.
Oh,
I got this.
There you
go. For a pretty good price, and this is the first ever solo story for Wonder Man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then I got this. They got a box at the comic shop I go to. They got a little short box on the counter where they got some back issues, and they're all priced pretty well. So I got this for it's very beat up, but I got it for $5. It's a 12 center.
Oh,
this action comic.
That's nice.
What issue number?
Number 350.
Ooh.
Where he's saying, Great Caesar's ghost, this caveman skeleton is wearing an indestructible costume exactly like yours. And Superman says, incredible. How could a Superman have lived and died 1,000,000 years ago?
Wow.
So you can tell it's a pretty beat up copy, but $5, a 12 center,
Yeah.
It's the Go-Go Checks cover too.
Yeah.
And should be a Kurt Swan cover.
Yep, I believe it is. Though it's funny because in these old books, there's like I flipped through it, so there's no credits for anyone in here on who wrote it, drew it, inked it, lettered it, anything.
Wow.
And then I've got one book left to show. I think Sal and Gary, I told them what it is. I have been on the hunt for this for many years and finally got it. This one's for you, Tim.
You jerk.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That is amazing. Way to go.
Excellent. Way
Good
to go, bro.
job, sir. Good
So
job.
I got it.
For you.
The set is now complete.
Was that the one you were bidding on last week?
There was the one that was going on last week that I had said, that I sent you, and I was like, hey, check it out. The bidding's up to like $80. I think it went for a little over $100.
Wow.
This was one, a guy had it listed for buy it now for $100. He sent me, where sellers can send you offers. He sent me one that's, for $80. And I was like, I don't want to pay 80. So I sent him a counter offer for 50. He sent me a counter offer for 60. And I looked at it and I was like, looks in pretty good condition.
It is.
It's a nice
big milestone for you. We've been
Yes.
talking about this for months.
Yeah, the colors are nice. There's no, there's not a lot, no real damage to the cover. And so I was like $60, and I looked at it and I was like, oh, that includes shipping because he had free shipping on it. I was like, all right, got it. And I just got it in the mail a couple days ago. So
nice.
This is it. The set of all the 25th anniversary covers is now complete.
Once again, round of applause. Good job, sir. Good
Let me tell you
job.
something.
Way to go.
If you hadn't spent 60 on that, I'd have put my foot in your rear end. I was like, come on, man. You better get that book. So
yeah, like I said, when I saw that price, I'm like, man, there's the one copy people were bidding on went for well over $100. There's one, I still had because every time a copy would come on eBay, even if it was a buy it now that was more than I was willing to pay, I'd still just add it to my watch list just to keep an eye on it. There's one the guy's got listed on there now for like $350 or something, like $340, and he sent me an offer for it for like 5% off. It's like 320. I'm like, dude, I just looked at it on my phone and laughed. I was like, there's zero chance you're getting $300 for this book.
Yeah.
That's right.
Unless you have this CGC graded at 10.0, signed by Kermit the Frog himself, there is zero chance that you're going to get $300 for this. But
Oh,
good
wow.
luck to you.
Dan,
Take a shot.
I am so glad you got that book.
Thank
That
you.
is wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm thrilled.
It's the one that's been eluding me for a while, so I'm still going to keep my eye out, for other reasonable price copies.
Nice.
So I know that you're working on a set too. So
Yeah, I've been pulling out what I have back here. I don't have near as much as you do. I have one of the harder to find ones. That's the Heathcliff cover.
of the Star Comics ones, I'd say
and I have Masters of the Universe too. Those
That-
are the 2 Star Comics I have.
Yeah, the Masters of the Universe one's pretty easy to find. The
Mhm.
Heathcliff one is marginal,
Yeah.
but yeah, the Muppet Babies and the other Star
Yeah.
ones, like those are the challenging
Yeah.
ones.
You watch now. You'll see it next week for $10.
Right.
And I'll buy it. And I'll buy it and I'll wait a month and relist it for $80.
Show that book one more time before we move on. I want to see it.
And because those were kids' comics, they got abused.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's why the Star Comics ones are harder to find because lower print runs. They were kids' books, so they weren't stuff that like collectors were really getting.
Yep.
That's why the Masters of the Universe one is easier to find because that was such a popular property.
Yep.
It wasn't just kids buying it, but like older people were too. But all the other ones, they're
Well, Dan, Kermit is tipping his cap to you.
Thank you. So
good job.
So Tim, I know you wanted me to do a video when I completed the set on the complete set. So
Please, yes.
We'll me and you will talk and see what how you want to do it.
Okay, yeah, fantastic. I can't wait. I think it's going to be amazing. Project in the works, ladies and gentlemen.
That will be a future presentation.
There you go. But a project that is already set to go is Uncle Gary, and he's going to show us his back issues and then move on to an awesome showcase.
Also got it.
Wow, very
good
nice.
Well,
Is yours autographed too? Yep.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
It's also autographed by Frank Thomas, Terry Beloy, Joe Ortholak. So got a few others on there. But yeah, it's signed by Brooks. And I grew up an Oriole fan because I didn't have a team here in DC when I was really young when the Senators left. But Brooks Robinson, I'm a student of sports history and history and sports history. And Brooks Robinson, arguably the greatest third baseman that ever lived, without a doubt the greatest fielding third baseman that ever lived, maybe the greatest fielding baseball player that ever lived of any position.
Yeah.
16 consecutive Gold Gloves is amazing. But all that being said about his accomplishments on the field, also a 2-time World Series champion, 1966 and 1970.
70?
Oh, 70, I think. I think it was 70. Yeah, it was 70 because they beat the Reds. That's when Brooks was the MVP.
Yeah, they beat the Red Machine.
Yep, they sure did. And in 66, they swept the Dodgers, who had Koufax and Drysdale. So that was a big deal.
And people forget because of how, excluding this year, how bad the Orioles have been for a long time. There was about a 20-year or so period where the Orioles did not just have the best winning percentage in baseball. They had the highest winning percentage in any professional sport.
That's because they were teaching the Oriole way.
Yeah.
But the thing is about Robinson, though, as great as he was on the field, there's a great quote from a Baltimore sports writer where he said, in New York, they name candy bars after the great players. In Baltimore, we name our children after Brooks Robinson.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so, of course, there's the Reggie bar in New York. So in New York, they name, a candy bar after their great athletes. In Baltimore, we name our children after Brooks Robinson. And that is very, very true. So Brooks Robinson, by all accounts, an even better human being than he was a ball player. So
which is amazing considering he was pretty good ball player. There were two of the Orioles have, a long history of a lot of great players, but I'd say it's inarguable. Any Orioles fan you'll ask who the best Orioles are, you're going to get two names. It's either going to be Brooks
and
or
Ripken.
Cal Ripken.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh,
absolutely.
See, I grew up with Cal Ripken Jr. He was a favorite baseball player of mine. So I watched a lot of his career when I was younger.
Yeah, it's going to be Brooks or it's going to be Junior that they tell you is the best Oriole, and they're both right up there.
Cal's streak started in, I believe it was May of 1982. I graduated high school in June of 1982. And then when he broke Gehrig's record in 1995, that was just mind-blowing that, that I was that many years out of high school and he was still playing every damn game. And Ripken also had a consecutive inning streak at one point of over 10,000 innings. So pretty amazing. But we digress.
I was at the game when he broke Gehrig's streak, and I was at the game when the streak ended. Which nobody knew when that was going to be. We just happened to, because we went to games all the time. We just happened to be at the game, and the players come on the field and they're sitting there, and I'm like, and at that point he had switched to third base, and I'm like, Mom, that's not Cal out there. She went, what? I'm like, look at third base. That's not Cal.
Who was it?
The binoculars and looks at him, and she's like, oh, it's not. And then you see the whole crowd kind of figure it out. And then, a second later, he comes out of the dugout and tips his cap. There was nothing wrong with him. He just said, you know what? It's time.
Well, it's time.
Dan, there's more to it. First of all, who was the guy playing third? You remember?
I don't remember that.
We are on a baseball tangent, ladies and gentlemen, and that is okay.
Ryan
So
Miner.
keep going.
Yeah.
Ryan Miner.
Yeah,
Ryan Miner. And when the crowd went crazy was because, listen, the Yankees are the evil empire. They were playing the Yankees when the streak ended. The Yankees, to a man, came out of the dugout and applauded Ripken and pointed at the Baltimore dugout, and Cal came out and tipped his hat. That's what was really cool. Yankees are the evil empire, but they are a class organization, and those players showed it when they came out and they gave deference to Ripken, who truly did save baseball after the strike that damaged baseball in so many minds. So they knew what he did. And Cal Ripken, as he's building up to the streak, when he's on the road in other cities, he's staying after the game for several hours at each stadium signing autographs for opposing teams' fans. That's how you win players back or fans back after the strike. So that's the kind of thing. They knew that the other players knew they owed Cal a great debt of gratitude. But yeah, we digress. So
I was gonna say one more thing too. Remember his final All-Star game?
Yes, in Seattle.
Yeah,
hit a home run, MVP.
Yeah, he hit the game-winning home run, MVP. But remember when they came out on the field, because he was playing third base at that time, Jeter, Derek Jeter again for the evil empire, who played, he was the shortstop for the All-Star team, and they come out and Cal goes up to third base, and Jeter comes and taps him on the shoulder, and he looks at him, and Jeter just points to shortstop. Because everybody knew he had already said he was retiring. They knew it was his last All-Star game. Jeter just comes out, taps him, points to shortstop. He's like, no, that's where you belong.
And then he went to the pitcher. He hadn't played short in a while. He said, strike him out. He didn't want the ball. And it was also Tony Gwynn's last All-Star game.
Yeah. Yeah, and they went into the Hall of Fame together, too, which was...
Yes, they did. And unfortunately, Tony Gwynn's passed away. What a class act he was. All right, so we got off on that tangent, and I wasn't going to show this book, but when you showed the Witchblade and we talked about Michael Turner.
Oh yeah,
that's nice.
So that just happened to be on the shelf behind me, and I was
beautiful Turner artwork.
Oh yeah, just able to.
Didn't he do alternate covers for a couple of those Jim Lee Superman books?
Well,
I think just the one, right?
Yeah, I think this is the only. I think that's the only one that Turner did. He did all the great covers on the Identity Crisis.
Well, he did the issue. It was either the first issue that Jim Lee did for it, or it was the issue before it. But I remember it was a yellowish kind of background, like Superman kind of flying up.
Can't remember.
He had just come off of Action Comics. Turner did doing that, right?
I think so. It's kind of fuzzy. I'm not sure. So for back issues, so I really only have one, but it's pretty special. Not only is it a horror book, it's not even in this language. It's from our good friend Kate, who lives in Austria, that comes here and stays with us when she has business in the States.
Ooh, what is that?
That looks cool.
Now,
so it just says horror at the top.
Yeah,
horror.
In case you were wondering what it was.
From the Peaks of Terror, I believe is what it says on the matter. From the Peaks of Terror. This is also the cover of The Witching Hour number 84.
Okay.
So you can look it up and see The Witching Hour number 84. They took the cover from and used it. But pretty cool. Yeah, so
that is cool.
Yeah, Witching Hour went 85 issues. This is the 84th issue. And it's really cool if you look, one of the hosts, the Witching Hour hosts in there. So we're on Rushmore. They added a skull, and you can see the witch too. She's also on Rushmore. So, and the three witches of the Witching Hour, Mildred, Mordred, and Cynthia. Cynthia, spelled C-Y-N, was the hot blonde of the three witches. Anyway, if you needed to know
why do I
that.
remember that?
Yeah, I see.
Probably because they were also featured in the Sandman series by Neil Gaiman.
Okay.
He used them.
There you go.
But Mildred, Mordred, and Cynthia. That's Mordred right there.
It's also Hocus Pocus, isn't that?
There you go. Focus on the
I hate that movie, but I know that.
Oh, you know it's in theaters again. You have the chance to go see it and torture yourself.
Negative.
Yes.
Negative.
It's like the 30th anniversary of it.
No.
Tim, I'm buying you tickets to send you.
All right. I'm going to send someone else to go.
All right.
You could send your kids next time they have to, next time you need to punish them.
Right. Uncle Gary, it is time, sir. What do you have in store for us this week?
Well, it's Halloween month. It's the season for horror. So the first batch I'm going to show you, and we'll have 13, since that is a very unlucky number, and we have to have that for this time of year. We're going to mix horror with combat. And we're going to have Weird War. And before I show you the rest of the cover, look at the logo. The logo are bodies.
Wow.
Yep.
So which is one of the cool things. I love the dude laying over the R.
Yep.
That's the
first
laid out.
my eye.
But Weird War, yes. So it's all the bodies. This is Joe Kubert. Wonderfulness.
Wow.
This is a great copy of it too. It's a pretty nice copy. It's black cover, and you all know how hard it is to get a great looking black cover.
Yep.
So this is from 1969.
Man,
it is
that
beautiful.
looks great.
It is lovely. It is mine. And Weird War went 124 issues. Of the 124 issues, I have 124.
Oh, wow.
I knew he was going to say that.
All right. Weird War 8. Again, great logo.
Oh, that's cool.
Neil Adams.
Before that one's good.
This is a Neil. Yeah, I've shown this before on Comic Cover Day.
Wow.
Neil Adams.
That's awesome.
Number 8. And I love the Golem crushing the Nazi. That's what you get. That's what you get, you Nazi son of a bitch. So
they just let those guys go to town on them covers.
Oh, God. But how fantastic is that, right? I mean,
I love it.
Just gorgeous. Oh,
hey, Gary.
Man.
All Comic Code approved, too.
Yes.
On a collectability scale, are those hard to find issues?
You know what? Not terribly hard to find. Issue 1 in this shape is, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you between $2 and $3 bills to get close to this. Okay. So, the earlier ones are trickier. The later ones after 30, not so much, and not that expensive. Though Frank Miller's first comic work is in a Weird War, so that's got a little bit. 87, I believe, is the first appearance of the Creature Commandos. That's a little bit. And I'll tell you what, if you find it cheap, maybe get it now, because part of the new DC thing that Gunn is doing is going to be an animated Creature Commandos movie. So maybe that.
I think I saw one of those for sale on one of the comic book pages I frequent.
Yep. Yeah. So that might go up.
I gotta check that out again.
Here we go. This is a Luis Dominguez. There we go. Hey, according to this, you died 3 weeks ago. So this guy has been helping him, and he just realizes that the guy's been dead for 3 weeks.
Oh,
so
wow.
And again,
That's
the
powerful.
great logo. So very cool.
It's like you said about them Spectre issues. These are just rock star covers. That's exactly what they are.
Tim, the DC, at some point, I'll show more of the Bronze Age Marvel horror, but it's interesting just to see. And I haven't, the fellas, we're going to come over at some point. We're going to do horror. I don't know when we'll get to it, but it's just interesting to see the DC ones usually had less dialogue and they had the images spoke for themselves. Where the Marvel horror covers are very dialogue heavy. There's one where this woman is turned into a monster and the guy's saying like, Sheila, where did you go? Why have you left? Why can I not find you? And all I see behind you is the red shoe you left behind. And it's like, what the hell do we need all this for? It's just the guy finds the shoe and there's their clothes or whatever.
Do you think the reason Marvel did that was they were trying to lean more towards a younger audience, or?
I don't know for a fact on that. And I know I don't know if it was Dan or Sal that said, these were Comic Code approved.
Yeah.
What happened? Joe Orlando came over from Charlton Comics and he bought Jim Aparo, a couple other people. And he was a guy that had been with EC in the horror days.
Yeah.
And he wanted to revitalize the horror comics. And they were dealing with the code, but the code restrictions had started to be really lax at the late 60s, early 70s, and they thought they could get away with more. Because remember, you couldn't even say the word, you couldn't even write the word zombie. So they'd spell zombie ZUVMBE, and all these weird spellings because you couldn't write the word zombie. So things were getting lax, and Neil Adams told me that, and you like that? Neil Adams told me. Neil Adams told me that Joe Orlando went to him and they're saying, I want to do the horror books, but how can we do these books in a way to get through the code? And Neil said, well, maybe we make these, this is kind of dovetailing off your point. He said, maybe we make these books and we put kids on the cover and make it where kids are seeing things and make it like it's scary for kids. And a lot of the DC books, House of Mystery, House of Secrets, Weird Mystery, there's a lot of things where their kids are happening. So maybe that's it. The Marvel one's not so much with the kids, but maybe the dialogue heavy. I don't know. Maybe it made it less scary. But
fair enough.
But
that's kind of the general assessment that I got out of it.
But it's just interesting between how the two houses conducted things. And a lot of the Marvel Bronze Age horror, they were reprinting the old Atlas horror stories is what they were doing. There were only a couple titles that were brand new stories. I'm still getting them because these things, it's all about the covers. Right?
Yeah.
It's all about the covers. But DC, to me, DC, after the original EC comic books that started, the whole craze, the Bronze Age DC were the gold standard for me.
Right.
Especially during the Bronze Age, without a doubt. So here's a cool Luis Dominguez.
Wow, awesome!
Isn't that great?
Maybe the code approved the one because they were like, well, they're killing Nazis, so what's wrong with the Nazis? Go ahead.
And so these skeletons are jumping out of a ghost plane.
That is fantastic.
That's awesome. I love it.
Again, Luis Dominguez, who did horror, did westerns. He really, really talented. Now, this is my favorite Weird War cover of all. This is also Luis Dominguez.
Oh yeah, I've seen you show that one before. That's cool.
Yeah, I've had this on the cover today. So the dude hiding. It's bad enough he's got motorcycle troops coming at her, but they're all skeletal. So
wow,
that's awesome. I love it.
So that's Weird War number 19. I love that.
That just speaks to you. I love these covers.
Oh man, they're just. Oh, and I'm going to show you the last Weird War. I'm going to show you. Well, actually, not the last one. Second last. This next one. This is a great Joe Kubert, and it tells a story. See if you can see what the story is. No dialogue. What's the story?
Oh,
Looks like it's I don't know. He's being hunted by all the other troops
He
killed,
is-
probably.
Is he trapped in the mirror?
Is he trapped in the mirror? Oh, yeah.
No, he's looking in the mirror, and this is coming behind him. So this is concentration camp,
okay.
and
No,
these are Jewish tailors
Oh,
that are coming
I
after
see
him.
the spool. I see the spool in his hand.
oh yeah, there. This is
I see
spool the
the
needle.
thread. Okay.
Wow.
So these are Jewish tailors coming after him. So it's just, I just powerful.
Yeah, very much
Wow.
so.
And I imagine Kubert was of the Jewish faith, and he was Ukrainian born, and his family, he had relatives that were killed by the damn Nazis. So I just think this is awesome. Some of them, I know it's hard to see, but some of them have stripes on their uniform. You could tell they're the concentration camp uniforms, and they're coming at them with needles and thread.
Wow.
And so I just think that's
great.
That's powerful, right? Powerful.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Now, just for fun, you know what sells in comics, and DC knew this a long time? Gorillas sell.
Here we go.
Say killing Nazi cells. Too.
There it is.
German gorilla, and this
Nazis.
is done by Mr. Jim Starlin.
Oh.
I just think it's a weird, just awesome cover. It's the title is Weird War, so this is pretty weird. So I just think that's a really fun cover. So
wow.
Where's Dr. Zayas?
What'd you say?
I said, "Where's Dr. Zayas?"
Yeah, exactly. So those are the contingent of Weird War that I pulled for you.
Okay.
So now we're going to talk about Ghost. Ghost went 85 issues, and of the 85 issues I have, how many, Sal?
I'm going to say 86.
Oh. You know what? There is a one shot that came later, so you would be right. Here's Ghost number 1.
Ooh.
A fantastic Nick Cardy cover, and yes, he is channeling Rhett Butler there.
Wow, that's great.
But
I was going to say Errol Flynn, but okay.
Well, the ears are a little large, but yeah, I see some Flynn, but I think it's more Rhett Butler. But
Tales of the Weird and Supernatural.
And
Love
the bottom, the names, it's like a scroll.
Yeah.
See, and the ghost at the top, it's like it's on a scroll. But issue 1, this is pretty nice shape. This will put you back, probably 150, probably. But you don't have to get a copy that nice, so you can go from there. Number 11, I think this is 11.
Oh, that's a cool cover.
Now, what's looking at them from the window? You see that? It's kids.
Yeah.
The kids watching this Phantom Maestro.
Stop shaking the damn thing already.
Yeah.
He's so terrified that he can't.
I'm scared. You're scared, get a dog. Both these covers, Nick Cardy. Nick Cardy, one of my heroes. Western, horror, superhero, romance. It was said that Nick Cardy drew the best jailbait in comics. He drew the famous Wonder Girl cover where she's bursting through with her new costume.
Oh wow! Oh, I've seen that cover.
Yep. Ghost.
Oh, that's cool.
Was that 20? Yeah. So
wow.
Ghost on vacation. Hitting the
there you go.
They stopped doing the scroll and just
they did.
Yeah.
The Spectre in the Snow. So I just think that is really cool. He's holding the torch and he's getting ready to impale her with a ski pole. So,
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's pretty good, right? All right. Who's up for some bullfighting? Up for some bullfighting?
Oh,
there you go.
What's behind there looking? Is that kids?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sure is.
Yep. See the kids that can see it? Ooh. So.
And nobody else in the stands.
No, nobody else in the stands to see the skeletal bullfighter. Yep. I wonder if the bull's a little scared.
I think the bull's possessed. Look at the red eyes.
Yeah. I love the production design on these with the logo and the colors and everything. It just, you see this on the spinner rack. How the hell do you not pick it up, right?
I love how it says, if you don't believe in ghosts, we challenge you to
read True Tales of the Weird and the Supernatural. True Tales.
I love it.
I've shown this before. I know Sal really likes this cover.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Yeah, I've got this on display here permanently. I mean, I've got my backup copy on display. These are my top-notch ones that are in the boxes and kept nicely. And these are also in the Gerber bags. That's why they sparkle in here. Again, Nick Cardy. That's that'll keep you awake on a road trip, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yes, if you don't believe in ghosts, yeah. And again, look at the colors.
Like the
purple of that.
Like the librarian goes from the beginning of Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Maybe they modeled it on her.
Right. I showed this a week or two ago too.
Yeah.
I love this. And this story, I still have my original copy as a kid. This is an upgrade that I got. So this story was really cool. This kid is running away from home and he gets on a funeral train. And the funeral train's got all the red, white, and blue bunting, and it's got, the black sashes and things like that. And he's on this train, and there's a casket in the center of it. And there's a fellow that talks to him and asks him, what are you doing? Why are you here? And he goes, well, I'm running away from home. It's this and that. And he talks to the man, and the man tells him he needs to get off at the next stop and go back home. So the boy goes back home. And when he goes back home, he tells this tale of the man that talked him out of it. And then he's looking up at his parents have pictures on the walls. He goes, well, that's him right there.
Wow.
Picture of Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, wow.
So he got on the Lincoln funeral train.
Oh,
wow. The spectral funeral train of Lincoln. And of course, it was a modern story. So it was back in, so he had transported back in time and all. But so it was kind of cool that the ghost of Abe Lincoln, sent him back home.
Nice.
Still helping out kids.
Yeah, helping out kids. Still helping the kids. Still doing the right thing. Now the format is, the cover design, the masthead has changed a little bit. But, God, this is a very high-grade cover. This is Dominguez again.
Ooh.
Nice.
That's cool.
So the minor...
They let the covers kind of do behind the logo and stuff now. And
right.
Yeah.
So the one miner's dead. Looks like this ghost is maybe coming, materializing.
Next to him or something like that.
Yeah, next to him. But it's just, he's in a cave-in situation. But I just think that's really...
that's nice.
Yeah, cool. So, it's hard to narrow these down. I mean, that's your... That's all of my. I could, I bet you would like a lot more that I didn't pull out.
She said.
That's what she said. I bet you'd like a lot more that I didn't pull out, baby. I can only give you so much at once.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
this was just the tip.
We have got a whole month of spooky season, and I cannot wait to see what Uncle Gary comes up with for a showcase next week. That is going to be absolutely fantastic. All right, gentlemen, it is the witching hour, or pretty darn close to it, and we need to go ahead and get to bed and put our pumpkins out so that way nothing bad happens to us until the morning. Before that happens, ladies and gentlemen, once again, parental advisory if you didn't see it already. Uncle Gary is hands-on, Sal is comfy, Dan will tickle toes, and I will seduce you with the silver. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get out of here, don't forget we hit the 1,000 subscriber mark. We are on all the socials.
Woo-hoo!
All you got to do, all you got to do is type in at the CODEX Station. Find us on your favorite social media platforms. Make sure you're subscribed. Type in the words "I'm in" right below this video now. Take a screenshot of it and post it on your favorite social media platforms, so that way you can be entered into to win some awesome stuff, including a guest spot on one of our shows. Also, ladies and gentlemen, head over. Say that again.
What could be better than that?
Some original artwork from you is pretty darn
close.
Nice
segue.
Oh,
so
nice
there you go. Yeah,
silver tongue.
Oh, I try. Ladies and gentlemen, head over to our website, thecodexstation.com, to get some merch, meet the team, and so much more. Once again, thecodexstation.com. Sal, let everybody know what you do when you're not doing Codex stuff.
Well, I'm not on Codex. You can always see me on YouTube under Sal's Comic Corner. And when Dan allows it, you can catch me on Instagram as the Slab Guy 77.
And Dan, why would you allow it? Because you own Instagram. That's right. Let everybody know about that, please.
Yes, I own Instagram. I am mighty. Yeah, you find me on Instagram at Dan Kelly Art. Go give me a follow, give me some likes, let me know what you want to see, what you don't want to see, and I'll still draw what I want to draw.
There you go.
But I am always open to suggestions because sometimes I sit there and want to draw something and I just can't.
So if I were to ask for a commission from you, you'd be like, yeah, I don't care. I'm going to draw what I want anyways.
Oh no, until we get some commission. I did it. I did a pretty cool commission where a guy wanted a Ghost Rider, and I drew the Ghost Rider like the shoulders and the head. But I did I had the idea. I was like, oh, I'm going to do the skull, but I'm going to paint it. I'm going to color it like the skull is black, so it's like a charred skull with the fire. You can see it if you go on the page. I think it turned out pretty cool.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm always open, even if it's not commissions. I'm always open to suggestions. Yeah,
right
and it's always nice for someone to suggest something. I'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, that would be cool. Let me go do that.
There you go.
Make your money Dan's money.
Yes, make your money become my money that I can turn into comics to show off here.
There you go. And last but not least, Uncle Gary, what do you do when you're not doing Codex stuff?
First, let me say, get a commission from Dan. I've got 2 lovely pieces that Dan has made for me, a Spectre and an Aquaman, and it is a valued part of my collection. So if you want to have Dan hanging on your walls, you can commission him to do that. You can find me at Loudoun County's only comic book store in Northern Virginia, Comic Logic, proud co-owner there. You can see me every Wednesday morning, get my weekly fix. You can come in. You can talk to me as I'm injecting that 4-color gold in my bloodstream. And we could talk comics, and we'd love to see you. We'd love to have you there. We are having an event on Sunday, October 29th. You can go to Comic Logic. We have a Facebook page, and it is our fall lot con. We'll have about 20 vendors there. There'll be comics. There'll be toys. There'll be local authors, local artists, and it is also going to be a trunk or treat event where we'll have candy and all for the kids. There'll be a costume contest, so please come see us October 29th, Sunday. We would love to have you there. I hear word that if you come there, not only will you see me and we'd say PG, I'll be PG that day, but also Sal and his family may come there, and Sal and his family, and he's bringing his larger family, the larger Italian family. Will be there. So
we don't talk about that, Dan. We don't talk about that.
I'm sorry.
That family.
Yeah. So please come to that event Sunday, October 29th, LotCon. Comic Logic, we do a Facebook Live show the first 3 Thursdays of every month. The first Thursday is our preview show where we discuss the new books coming out. Second and third Thursday are our Grumpier Old Nerd show, where you can catch myself, my best friend Mike Harbour, our principal owner Rob Kalin. We're talking comics, we're talking movies, we're talking sports, we're talking TV, and whatever subjects appeal to old men. We'll tell you to get off our lawn at the end, so you'll like that. Sal, get off our lawn. Sal and Dan are frequent contributors there, and you can also catch all of us here. We contribute to our good buddy Archduke Kevy's site, Comic Character of the Day, where we were all got acquainted through. So please check it out. I do the covers of the day on Facebook. I'm Opie Taylor, and I do the covers of the day. Dan does questions, random panel of the day. Sal's always a contributor on there, so please come see us. That's where you can find me. And now, most importantly, our silver-tongued devil, our all-night radio DJ. He gets you home when you're driving on those dark, lonely nights, and he's that comforting voice that's coming to you from the stereo system of your car, and he gets you those last miles home, and you appreciate that you have this man in your corner, and he's getting you where you need to go, to the warmth and the comfort of your family and your hearth when you get home, and you'll thank the all-night radio DJ with the golden voice, Mr. Tim the Terrible.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you tuck yourselves in after this long night, Sapphire Glade Comics, thank you very much for sticking around through the entire episode. It's fans like you that we appreciate.
Thank you.
The most. I hope you enjoyed this. The rest of you that bowed out early, I understand it gets pretty late here. But as you slumber deeply tonight, dream of
Horror covers.
I was going to give them a nightmare, but if you want to give them sweet dreams, that's fine, Sal.
Dream of horror.
Dream of beautiful horror covers.
My question is, Tim, do you prevent the horror cover that Gary showed us tonight with the lady pulling the wheel on that one issue?
Would I
you save us from that? Will you save us from that?
No, I will not. I will let you go into a fiery crash.
But Uncle Gary said you were in our corner.
Oh, I am. I'll be there. I'll be the guy standing at the very end of your funeral.
He said, "Will you prevent this?" Is that what you're talking about, Sal?
Yes.
Will you prevent that? Yes. With your silver-tongued golden voice.
Yep.
Maybe I could. As the Pork Chops Express always says, the check is in the mail, ladies and gentlemen. And
you know what my fantasy football team name is?
Do what?
My fantasy football team name is Pork Chop Express.
That is wonderful. Old Jack.
It's all the reflexes, baby.
They asked me if I paid my dues. I said the check's in the mail.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, you all have a beautiful night and a happy spooky season, and we will see you next time. All right.
Enough with it.
Enough of this.
The spell on you.